When I first started teaching, educating, and training, I was very, very frustrated by the industry that I started to be a part of. What I mean by was my business partner, Amy, and I were what we would call consultants. We were called ringers. And what I mean by that is people would bring us into a seminar. People would bring us in to be the MC, right? And sometimes they would give us 5 minutes before I would go up and speak on stage and say, here's what you're going to talk about today when it comes to business. Or here's what you're going to talk about when it comes to money. And we started building out mentoring programs and coaching programs for other thought leaders. And as we built out mentoring programs and coaching programs for other thought leaders, one of our great frustrations is 3 months, 6 months into working with a thought leader, oftentimes we would find out their stuff wasn't legitimate. And it was one of our great frustrations in business because we would look at it and then we would walk away from those clients every single time. But every single time they had a topic they were teaching, we would implement it. Didn't matter whether it was the first wholesale real estate classes, didn't matter whether it was the commercial real estate classes, didn't matter whether it was digital marketing or energy healing or any one of the different thought leaders we were helping over the years, right? We would implement. Because for me, I realized if I was learning something, I should go and implement it and I should do something with that. How many of you agree with that? Raise your hands. And as I began working with these thought leaders, my frustration as well was track record of success. When I look at people's track record of success, it's very important to me. I've set a goal and I've been able to attain this goal. Every single person that invests with us in one shape or form or another, and I don't care whether you buy a $97 book or you buy a $10,000 mentorship and coaching or a $50,000 inner circle or you invest $10,000 into one of our public offerings, right? I don't care which one it is. My goal is that you make money. And I think that's a pretty damn good goal. How about you guys? Yeah, I think it's a pretty damn good goal. And I want to expand your minds and your abilities to do that. But that's not enough if the actual transaction doesn't happen, if the actual investment doesn't happen, if the actual next step doesn't happen. As I share these things, I want you guys to know that this weekend is not just a weekend about your relationship with money. It's not just a weekend about figuring out how does money work more effectively. It's also a weekend that goes back to our roots and our origin on how we began. And how we began was doing auction trips. We would go to tax deed and tax lien trips. And so as we looked at these auction trips, I asked the students themselves, I said, all of you, I said, what is the answer? I said, what is the challenge that you're facing? And they said, it was fear. Fear's false expectations appearing real, right? And that started clearing in my mind, and I said, it's not really false expectations, right? It's real expectations. And what I started realizing is, yes, over the years, have we ever had a house stolen from us when we're investing? Yes. Over the years, have we ever had a rehab or permits or a property take years and years to accomplish and get finished? Yes. And so over the years, these things are real. So actually, their fears were very real fears. And I had to adjust my thinking and go back to being a human being. And I know that sounds crazy, but as you build a business and you start to expand and grow your business and you start to have success and things start to fall in place for you, right? You get to a place where you get separated, right, from what reality is. And then you have to go back into reality if you're going to help people succeed. And so the reality is they said, Dutch, if you'd put your money where your mouth is and invest with us, we'll invest with you. We don't want to do it alone. We want to do it together. And as I went through this process and we allowed those first 21 people to invest with us, right? The game changed forever.